and boom. Ta-da! Alright, should be good. Alright, just says new thing because I only opened it on phone. Okay. So yeah, I as you can see here on exactly 0, which is gonna be fun, and then I have 55.
And 55 wishes.
Yeah, and I have 2 pity on this one, I think. Oh wait, no, I actually did a few more pulls. I have 8. Okay. That doesn't change anything.
I already forgot who's in the second half.
Yeah, guess this is crit damage.
Who's in the second half of this patch?
Chevres? Or...
Chevres. No, yeah. I mean, for 5-star.
Oh, Yamiya and Raiden, yeah.
Oh, right, of course. Poor Yamiya, man. She's always getting done dirty. She doesn't deserve this.
Yeah. Like, she is probably in the most stacked patch of any, probably.
She always is. It's usually with an Archon, too.
Yeah. She does not have a good time.
Like, she's been with Raiden like twice now. And Nahida once. And the other time was with Kazuha.
Yeah.
Ruthless.
Alright, so... Our main priority, Candace, for the 4 stars, but I wouldn't mind Rosaria or Sucrose. I have to check, like, how high is...
Yeah, what constellations are you at? Oh, wow,
oh. That's sad. And I don't think I have a lot. Yeah, I have C0 Sucrose as well. Let's go. So, yeah.
Any constellations would be good.
Let's see.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, it's
4 star.
4 stars. Ooh.
Not too surprising.
Yeah. A Rosaria.
Rosaria, nice, nice. I'm just saying, because I'm here, should win 50-50.
If I even reach 50-50 today.
Yeah. I'm just saying I have I'm quite infamous for my 5-star luck.
Yeah. So,
but also because of that, this also means you will not get Candace because I have terrible 4-star luck.
I tried getting Candace once before when Kave came out. And I was on call with a friend who wanted Kave, and I got only Kaves, and she got only Candace. So, yeah, that was a fun experience.
You don't have Candace at all?
No, that's why I want her.
That's fun. Oh, Russ, that's really good.
But, yeah, I don't care. I don't need a bow. Wow.
What was I going to say?
Amazing.
It's funny you were talking about Candace just earlier. I was contemplating the idea of building her, but we'll see.
Okay.
Rosario again, nice.
Yeah,
C2.
sure.
Your C2 is pretty good, if I remember right.
I have no... Chongyun?
Chongyun, let's go.
I don't even have him.
That's
so, that's
nice.
neat. But where did he come from? Alright, sure. Or okay.
4-star, that's pretty good. That's 30 wishes. Yay. Not looking good.
No.
Come on.
It never is. It never is looking good.
Cool.
Alright. Yes!
Hey!
We got her.
There you go. It's funny like that she's a 4-star, but she has a 5-star weapon in her splash art.
Oh yeah, that's Cyno's weapon, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Cyno's signature.
That is funny indeed. Alright, let's see.
I guess that's just their culture's poem. I don't know.
Okay. Not right now, that's sad.
Again, what is it, 50 pity?
Should be, yeah. Oh my god, don't tell me I'm not getting the character again. game. Is this
Okay,
even
so-
good? No, it's not.
Favonius weapons are always pretty good.
Yeah, I could get 2 more from these, but what's the point?
Mhm.
We'll just wait then. Boom, boom. Let's go. Alright, at least we got a Candace, which was the main priority. That's not bad.
C1's pretty good. TT's really good.
Yeah.
His right determinations is pretty good for car application.
Fine.
And C6 Rosaria is good for either physical DPS Rosaria or just good support for someone like Eula.
Yeah. And only Eula.
I want to get technical Razor too.
Oh my god, I forgot you can now auto add. This is so nice. This is so good.
I feel
Nice, nice. Oh, goodness gracious, you have a lot of XP books.
Yeah.
I was not ready for that.
I did not play a lot of Genshin for a long time, so that's where they all come from. We got 1 Quaint Fate, I think they're called. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't even need to waste this on him. I just want the wish. I don't care about Xiongyu. I don't think he's like that. I don't think he's bad either, but like he's not.
It's pretty fun. I've seen some crazy builds on him.
All right, on to Navia's quest, which hopefully is not getting interrupted this time, please.
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't and isn't. That is a difference.
You know, I'm just saying,
I love it.
if you did your dailies and a little bit of this, we would get another temple as well.
Yeah.
well. If it isn't my dear partners.
That
Hello.
voice! It's Navia!
Okay, her voice sounds normal again in the
Yeah.
story quest.
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you
Yeah,
headed
that sounds
somewhere?
more right. I just didn't.
How about you, Navia?
It's so much higher
Are you still
pitched
busy
in
rebuilding
In the
Poseidon?
combat
Colors.
voice lines, right?
the combat
Yeah.
voice lines, yeah.
Hmm.
And I don't like it, honestly. Like, it's not terrible, but this voice is so much better.
I don't think I necessarily prefer one over the other.
Mhm.
It's just odd the switch, you know.
I just feel like a higher pitch doesn't quite suit her. If that
Yeah.
makes sense. Like, even though she is like a very happy, energetic person, like that doesn't necessarily mean she should have a high pitched voice, you know?
Mm. I mean,
Right.
at least her voice did the job before, so
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a reason to change it.
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Song.
Poisson. Hey, yeah,
Has been in the
that's
Roosevelt
a
effect too?
yeah, that's a fair point. Like, you would think, you know, the court would pay them to
Yeah.
help rebuild instead of letting the Spina cover all of the costs.
Local, somewhat, maybe kind of government. I don't really know.
Yeah, I don't know how far they actually if they even have a government.
Yeah, there's something.
Yeah. From what
Maybe it's
I'd
like the
assume,
equivalent
it's
of, like, a small
probably
county.
just oh yeah, Furina decides everything, and then I don't know if anything goes wrong, it's sorted in trial. It's probably how they did things. And obviously, like, Furina has advisors, especially Neuvillette, probably acted in that role primarily.
And I don't even think that Frida does a whole lot of political decisions.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
like,
I'd assume she'd be the one who finalizes them, but I don't think a lot of what was done in Fontaine is her doing, necessarily.
yeah, I think a lot of the time she just kind of like does her false allure act and goes, "Oh, this isn't for me. This is beneath the god. Neuvillette,
Yeah.
you take care of it."
Yeah, probably.
Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
Responsibility
Our
for
financial
what?
situation right now isn't
Yeah,
the
he didn't do
best,
anything.
So all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa.
This is how you put
Spoken
yourself
like
in
a true
crippling debt.
president.
Yeah.
You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up
Spoken
most
like
of
a
your
true
time,
president.
right?
Getting your
You
home
bet.
into financial
Between
debt.
that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of
Melusa.
everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
I would like to know, like, how long after the whole events of Act 5 this is. Because, like,
I like to imagine it as like kind of like in real time.
yeah, that's possible. So what I would think is, since we said, like, Furina's quest already felt like it was a lot of at least a few weeks after the Archon quest, it's probably like this one probably like a week after Furina's, I would think. Maybe. So at least a month, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then, since Malus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow
Loved
his
the
example
past
and
tense.
come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
What does that sound like?
Oh, want to take a look?
Let Pilot see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, but
The new
So-
burger that just hit the
definitely
market?
see how
Yeah.
you might forget what each of these mean.
Yeah, but like, why does she use drawings or symbols to do this? Navia, what are you
Nar-
doing?
She became a fan of what's it called? Hypoglyphics. However you pronounce it.
I have no idea.
The symbol words.
Yeah, I know the German pronunciation, I have no idea how it's pronounced in English. That is not a word you use every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just use standardized shorthand symbols next time.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Maybe
I've
for
tried
next
that
time.
before with my own note-taking. It does not work. Don't trust yourself
Anyway,
ever.
I should have already taken care of
True.
most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah,
I
so
think
you're
Navia
going
is
to
the
head
type
back
of person to try to study the night
Yep,
before the
and
test
that's
and
the
then
plan.
go, oh, I don't need to study.
Yeah.
It's all nonsense.
Actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you think, Traveler?
I'd be interested in taking a look,
Then let's go.
since
take
we
a boat
have
over.
a fuck all to do.
You mean the Aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
We're waiting for
Oh,
the event.
sorry.
That'll be a few
I meant
days.
our own boat. The Aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's
That's
boats.
interesting.
That's different.
Yeah. You actually have a chance during the dialogue to pause the quest, I guess.
hmm
That's cool. Alright.
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
Like, usually you will get like a pause opportunity if you
Yeah.
will. But like, usually if you do that, then that person is still just waiting there for you.
Mm.
Whereas like right here, if you decide like, hey, I'll
The
join you
engineer
later,
is still doing
they
a few
go ahead
routine
and go
safety
to wherever
checks.
they need to
We
go.
can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So that's different.
Yeah.
Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 Aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while
Oh,
Clementine
yeah, I guess
was the
they
name
are.
that my mother went by.
Huh.
Spina di Rosula was one of the main sponsors for the construction, right?
If you
It's,
provided
I
the
feel like
money to
it
build
would be
the
kind of
lines,
odd to
then
have
why
like
isn't
your
there even
own
a
name
dedicated
be a
line to Poisson?
line for
Spina di
Public
Rosula built all the
transport.
lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Because there was
Yeah,
no
that's
sibling.
what Paimon's saying.
yeah.
The Aquabus is so
Didn't have anyone to
convenient,
name it
it's
after.
really a huge shame.
Well, it is
I
what
mean,
it is.
also
Even
there
what my
aren't
father
a
was
lot
like,
of locations
often
in
struggled to
Fontaine
figure out
that
what
are
was going
worth
on in his
traveling
head.
to. So
Yeah.
I don't know, building
I
a
will say
line
that is
into
an
the middle of
interesting thing.
nowhere. It's just,
I feel like there is as much civilizations in Fontaine as there was in Sumeru.
oh yeah, for sure.
You have the core of Fontaine, you have Poisson, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's
Whereas,
a couple,
at least
like,
with
few, like,
at least with Sumeru, you have in the rainforest alone, you have the Aranara, if you want to count them, and then you have Sumeru City and Port Ormuz.
yeah, and you also have that one village where Tainari hangs
Oh, yeah.
around at.
Yeah. And then, like, if you also look into the desert, you have Caravan
Aru
Rebat,
village.
even though that's like not really a village or a
It's like a
settlement.
border village.
Yeah, and then you have Aru village.
Then you got Tanute tribe,
Oh yeah,
and I feel like there's another. No?
I don't remember it at least.
I guess if you want to get technical, a large chunk of the desert is ruins of old civilizations.
Yeah, but we are counting current ones, so.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright. Well, something that big also wouldn't have been just his call, perhaps so Spina didn't see a point to having a 4th line.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard,
It
the
got him
rights of
killed.
all the other
Yep.
members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, with him?
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out.
Miss Silver and Maloose.
They were so cool.
They were so cool. Oh, that's a cool little up.
It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Okay.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person? Oh, Paimon's sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
That's all right. I've heard many
Wow,
stories
it's
about
very
her
rare
from the
for us
rest of
to
the
have
Spina.
social awareness.
They've always
Yeah.
said that they were sure we would have
Good
gotten
on you,
along.
Wish we had that
Paimon.
during Farina's story
While my
quest.
papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly
Yeah.
super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all.
A box back
It's
there.
hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes I'd still
Hold
look
on,
at
Navia,
the
I'll be back
Clementine
in just a
line and
second.
wonder,
Yeah, I should grab that floating
would
box
Poisson
there.
still be what they are today
It
had
has
my mother
more on it.
survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way
Silver.
to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea.
Yeah.
Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
And do you miss them?
Always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell
Yeah.
myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
Dude, every single character, except Charlotte, in Fontaine are so good.
Yeah.
We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the
Like-
new Poisson.
It's pretty hard to pick a favorite when they're all, like, honestly, pretty 10 out of 10s.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right?
I think she's just kind of keeping herself busy.
Yeah. She seems to be managing. She's always been having to cope with one thing or another.
Okay, Paimon supposes you're right.
Yeah, she's never
She's
not dealing
really
with
been through
trauma.
a lot.
Yeah.
It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
What delicious frame rate. And I gotta say, Swamp might want to look into it, investing into a better entrance
Yeah.
instead of just a ladder.
This is
It's,
kinda
it's very hazardous
unsafe.
to flood.
Yeah. Bro,
Honestly, you would think after
how far do you want me to enter Poisson?
the whole primordial water incident that people would be like, hey, maybe we should not have our village below sea level.
Welcome
Yeah.
back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy
Even
seeing
with
you
just
again,
regular
Flora.
water.
Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malouse's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you
You
for
can't
the
just say his
compliment,
name like
boss.
that and not expect me to be sad.
As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
I see that you're
There's
calling
no need to be
Navia
so
boss, but I
formal.
also see you're not
Everyone's
wearing the
practically old
uniform.
friends by now.
You should fix that.
Were you waiting here for me?
True.
Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But
think you should do
since
the
my
same for
father was
Silver
known
Moose.
as callously unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him. But
But
now
wasn't
that
he
his name has been cleared,
Yeah,
and the town
okay.
is also being
I mean,
rebuilt,
just because you clear his
I
name,
thought
that
this
doesn't
would be the perfect
automatically
chance
mean
to actually
get rid
realize
of all
this dream.
the.
Yeah, but
Funds
like,
to build the
it-
statue
it-
were freely donated by the people of
at least it
Poisson
should be
to
less
show their
controversial
appreciation
then.
for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis and everything they did.
Well, like, I think you look at it this way. Like, just say for example's sake, there's just renowned serial killer across the country, and you've discovered one day, like, it gets clarified, like, hey, this guy's actually completely innocent. He isn't a killer at all.
Yeah.
His name is still kind of dragged through the mud.
I mean, it is, but I would think that obviously, like, it's just because it's, since someone's innocent, they wouldn't really be on the status of like a hero where they would get a statue for just not being the killer.
Yeah.
But I would think in the case of Callis, you know, especially if they would be well paid, they'd be more than willing to make a statue.
It sounds like they got everything worked out anyways.
Yeah. Should Navia be featured with them too?
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
I want a Silver and Malou statue. They
Maybe we can have this
sacrificed their
conversation
lives.
again in a few decades.
They deserve one.
Once I've done more for the town and the people.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a
To
play
be
for
fair,
the
she
statue.
didn't do that much.
Hey.
Like, we followed
Yeah,
her.
that's like-
You keep
how much of a
inflating
role
my
did she
ego
play?
like this,
Yeah, like,
I
we
might just
followed her
float
for a
off
lot
into
of
the
time,
sky
but in
with
the
my
end, she
parasol.
wasn't
Yeah.
really that big of a
Just
factor.
kidding. There's no way that I'd
Yeah,
accept
I'm
that
trying
kind
to
of
think with what
compliment
she
at face
did
value.
and her
At a
contribution to the
minimum, I'd
trial
have
with
to match
Farina.
what my father did for the people.
I mean, she was the one to like organize the plan to get Farina to the opera, and she
I thought that
was
was Lenny and Annette.
no, the
I
planning.
thought they had their Fatui like make that tunnel.
Yes, but I was talking about the making the meeting happen and giving impulse to like the
right.
original idea was Nouvellette. Then Navia offered to hold the meeting in Poisson. And
Okay.
then like also Navia.
And I think it was Navia's people as well who got Farina to flee to
Yes.
Poisson.
Yes.
Right.
And she also like she just in general she prepared a lot for the actual trial.
Yeah.
Like getting Seashween and the sample of the seawater. Like that was hers.
Yeah, okay.
So she did do something, but I wouldn't say she was like instrumental to saving
Yeah.
Fontaine. Anyway. At minimum, I have to match my father. I have to match what my father did for the people. Holy fucking. Okay, talking is difficult. Well, if that's what you think, I think it'll just be a matter of time.
Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't
I
had
think
any
it's
real
funny
discussions
whenever
yet on the
they
possible
take like a
designs.
generic model,
I feel like I should get a
and
few promising
sometimes you'll be a
designs
little
first,
different
and
about
then
it,
send them over
like
to you
adding
to review.
facial hair like that.
Yeah,
There's
but
no
it's
need
still
for all that.
just
let's decide on a design.
a lot
right now.
less designed
you.
than
Come over here with me.
the other characters.
Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine.
That's,
Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent, let's grab
That's a
some
little
reference
flirtatious.
shots.
Got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
She's competing with Linny for the most flirtatious character in Fontaine at the moment. Shouldn't you be
And
running
you'd be like,
the
hey, I
show?
got a pretty flower for you.
Yeah.
And Navia would be like, hey, let's replicate my mom and dad who were married.
Did you see the voice lines for Linny's challenge battle in the TCG mode?
I have not.
Because that's very like he's saying stuff like, "Oh, I couldn't concentrate with those eyes of yours," and stuff like that. So it's just like, chill down, buddy. We're just playing cards.
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone.
But isn't that a
So,
good thing?
I want to pick your brain for a bit.
Like,
and
those
see
are
if you
your
can come up with
parents.
some new and interesting
Wouldn't it make
ideas.
sense to go with
I'm all
your
good here,
opinion?
boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
You knew them. What pose are we thinking?
I mean, opposing's not a good idea, and I don't think happy pose fits a statue, so I just go with this.
Looking out into the
Like
distance.
that.
Yeah.
Do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Let's give that a try.
I mean, that's not what I. That's not what I
That's
thought.
not what I
with
had
the-
in mind.
Yeah.
There, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
Okay, Palma, shut up.
That's
But there's
okay.
something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callus look too tall next.
Oh, I see what you mean.
How?
Then let's swap.
We're like a
Okay.
foot order.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
Paimon
a
is a
foot,
fan.
but a good few
A statue like
inches.
this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay.
Make a statue of
Try
a
to
boat.
think of something else.
A happy pose? You mean something like we were
No.
laughing together
No,
at a
that's just
funny
like
joke?
a normal picture.
Happy, not funny. Oh my god. I swear to god.
I would say that's
Would all
unique
that
animation
be able
we've
to
seen
come
for the
through with
traveler.
just a picture?
Would we even be able to tell what
I don't
they're
think I've seen
supposed to be
that before.
laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt
It might
as
be a
well.
new animation. I don't know.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs?
This feels an awful lot like wedding photos. I'm just saying.
That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it. Let's try.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
Take out your weapon.
This pose.
Oh, that's good.
It makes me recall
Oh, you got the
Spina
Navia
Dirasula's
smile.
glorious
We got the
golden age.
smucks. We got the smirk.
Isn't Clementine's pose a
Let's
bit
go.
too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well,
Maybe she
tabloids
was.
did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Alright.
That's threatening. What?
Please don't make Paimon disappear.
That
what
was
Florent meant
incredibly
was that we
more,
asked the journalist to choose a new
morally
alien.
devious.
You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
You shot down
No.
all my ideas.
Oh yeah, the sunglasses.
Oh, I like this. This is fun.
different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now, too.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Let's just keep the ideas we tried as backups. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh,
Navia, you're
outfits.
probably one of the most
That's
famous
the errand I
people in
forgot back in the
Fontaine.
city.
But alright.
Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh,
Not in the
Mama
slightest.
remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
The daughter of the guy who got killed by Cal, or not, who was believed to have been killed by Callus.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just know that she
exactly who I'm
existed,
talking
and that's
about.
it, but...
Yeah.
So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the
And props to you, though,
I
for not
came up
allowing
with an
child
idea.
labor.
Yeah.
I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So I did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up right away.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start.
Yeah. Hey, at least this way we got some cool pictures. If we... You know what would be cool? If you can actually, like, save the pictures we took there on the
I was about
device.
to say that. It'd be cool if we could, like, have a photo
We'll have
album
some
feature.
value as souvenirs at
Yeah.
least.
Navia! Florent!
I'm kind of surprised it's not already a thing, because Genshin likes to mess around with the camera feature a
But
lot
aren't
with
you
events.
supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the
Coulter,
Fortress of
that name's
Meripede?
familiar.
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, it
What
turns
did
out I
you
was a
do
lot
to end
tougher
up
than I
there?
thought.
Yeah, I'm
After
trying to
I got
remember what
out, I
he
immediately
did.
made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I
don't
ate a
remember what this guy
well-fed meal
did.
down there underneath the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is...
Ah,
I know
let
we've
me
met him
introduce
before.
you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
On the
But,
charges
Yeah.
of
Looking
what?
at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Marcel,
Mr.
that's the
Marcel?
serial killer, right?
What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Oh, he
Have you
he
not heard anything
didn't
at all
know
about the water
anything.
from the
Okay.
primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Hold on just a
Looks
second.
like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case. A lot of things have happened in Poisson since then.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No worries.
First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing.
From the sound
to
of
get that
things,
from
you've been in
her.
prison for a good while.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool
It's
since
been
before we even
a few
met.
months at least.
Humble again, as always, I see.
It would have been
I was
funny
totally
if like he
sincere with
saw
my
us
praise.
in the fortress
Nice, nice.
for the
You
short
and
time we
Hey,
were
I
there,
always seem
and like
I saw
yeah.
you in
great
jail.
people. Oh, that reminds me.
Yeah.
Where are Malus and
Oh.
Silver?
That's my old
Aren't they
cellmate.
always by your side?
Aww.
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives,
Promised a lot.
keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
Dang.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others,
Wait,
including
who was
Melissa,
Melissa to him again?
also lost their lives in the disaster.
Is that his wife?
Luce and Melissa
Probably,
dead. They're just
maybe. I don't know.
gone.
Because he mentioned Melissa earlier.
Luce. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Yep. Oh, his model was shaking.
Yeah.
Malus and Coulter
Saw
were
that too.
friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
Man, this guy missed a lot. I feel bad for him now. Man, I'm so glad to be out of prison and back in my hometown.
Oh well,
Like,
everyone's
everybody's
dead.
dead.
Shit.
My best friend and wife are dead? What? I think the music is back to normal here.
I mean, that's what I figured, since it was rebuilt again. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
Mother did.
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
And I personally experienced all those events. I would also have found them very difficult to accept.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romeo?
Hey.
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines. Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeo ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Yeah, like from what Navia told us about Callus, that could have been the first time a dispute like that happened, right?
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, I mean, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Miss Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing.
I wish you
could
could see the text history, just like
on the matter of the omnibus, even Miss Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make
I don't think it's a
sense.
sense of betrayal. I think it's just a sense of, hey, she might be biased.
My mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah,
I think it was,
but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side.
Fair concern.
Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Huh.
I mean, it sounds like neither are the Spina.
Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Very funny.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
I mean, probably too late.
Thank you for that, Florent.
Now.
And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Let's go shopping trip with Navia.
Let's go.
Babe.
That's not the court of Fontaine.
Yeah, indeed. Oh my god, help. Do not see.
In about
about this
30 minutes, I might have to
It's
bounce.
nice to walk from time to time, isn't it? Think of it as something like a hiking trip. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
I don't think you can even walk to the Cora Fontaine from here.
Yeah. You have to either swim or go on that thing.
Yeah, can I see the map for just a second? Oh yeah, you have to get on the Aquabus. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break.
We've
Since we're
walked
out
like
for a walk,
10
we
meters.
shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
You know, it's been a long
I've grown
day.
old,
Yeah.
so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Also, just
I don't think you're
simply
doing
getting
great.
out of Pasong
Not
through all those
slow down for you
ladders
at
can
all.
be pretty tiring, I imagine.
Back in the
True.
days before the Aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the Aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse.
Yeah, like, that's not a bad thing, you know? Faster transportation is always nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I
And
was just
safer.
being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer. Anyone want snacks?
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
You were really emphasizing the French there.
Yeah.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more.
Macarons?
Wait, let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And
You know,
as
I
for
know
the
that she already
ingredients,
went through it in the Archon
seems
class,
like
but
we're
it kind
all
of
out
feels
of
like
flour and
Navia
sugar.
just needs a good
the
cry.
two most important ingredients of
Yeah.
all. Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
I probably have some
We should
in my
contribute
back
to
pocket.
making the macarons, too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some
Boundless
stuff
void,
on
that is
hand.
my inventory.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can
Oh
start
yeah,
the
you
baking.
have that.
Then
Yeah.
I'll go look for some boxes
Surely.
nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great.
Where
Then
can you
I'll
find
prep the
boxes and
stove.
chairs?
Let's get to work, everyone. Ah, how did it go?
You just
Yeah.
had an oven on you?
Yeah, you don't?
I guess not.
You've all done your part. Just
The
leave
skill
the
issue on
rest
my
to me.
part, I guess.
Yeah. You should always have a
Oh, these
portable oven
macarons
with you.
look and taste magnificent. Your cooking is as good as ever,
Magnificent.
Navia.
Yeah, Paimon,
Boss's
just
baking
stop
skills
it.
have always been famous.
You're getting almost as
Everyone in
bad
the
as I know.
Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
Yo, Spina uniform traveler
Yeah.
skin.
Can we just chill in Fontaine for the rest of our lives? Just like probably infinite.
I'm
I don't
satisfied
know.
here.
Are Lumina and Ether like immortal, or do they just age slower?
That's never been clarified.
Yeah, because like I think they'd be
Because, like,
immortal, right?
Because Ether, well, whoever we're playing as this
Yeah.
traveler, they're missing their memories up to a certain point,
Alright.
so they don't really know their origin. I don't think.
we'll see.
I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Exactly.
Wording.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
I understand.
Genau.
And I am very
So
lucky
French.
indeed to have been
She's
graced
really
with the
enjoying
chance
that.
to meet
Yeah.
the two of you. I will endeavor to make the most of this short
What's your
yet
VA's name again?
fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend
Serena?
together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water in celebration of this moment.
Let's toast with water. Nuvolette would be so proud.
Yeah. What did you say just now?
What did who say? What?
You said something. After the Macron and she was really enjoying this. You said something else. I believe.
I don't think so. If she did, it wasn't really anything important.
Okay. Alright, who's that now? Thought I heard something just now. Was it just some small critter?
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
May your travels go
cheers.
smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And may our friendship last until the end of time.
Or until you get stabbed in the back from whoever's in that thing. Are we really not checking this? Okay, yeah, sure.
Nah.
Sure. Why would you need to, you know? Oh my god.
Oh.
It's happening again.
You had-
Bro, it's just so red. Why are those quests prioritized?
What quest even is that?
It's just a random normal quest. Why?
Is that the blacksmith quest?
I don't know.
If that's the case, you just need to talk to her and that's it. Nice.
Let's go. Okay, no, it's not.
I'm not familiar with this quest. I guess I never did it. Wait. No, wait. I don't know.
Wait, no. Oh my god. Can I do this now? Is it still? Okay, it's still. Oh my god.
Well,
A brief intermission to do some very random quest.
just like me for real.
Yeah. Do 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 do.
Cool story, bro. Don't care.
Okay, this is okay. It's over. It's over. Let's go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why? Why is this automatically continue? Oh my god. I want to die.
I thought Genshin fixed this issue.
I thought so too, but apparently not. Okay. Yes.
Is it
Yes.
this guy that we're needing?
Yeah, and it's probably just. I mean, maybe it said.
Can't be the location because he changed places.
Yeah, like
it
it
has to
said
be this guy that we
location,
need.
but unless you somehow meet both three at the same time, which doesn't make sense. Yo, Talis. Yo, those who slither in the dark. Three Houses reference.
Mid-villain?
Yo. I mean, I think mid-villain is putting it nicely.
Yeah.
Bro, Talis was
I'll
such
give
a
him-
nobody.
I'll give him a little points for looking cool, but that's it.
Eh.
And his death scene in Three Hopes was pretty dope.
I still haven't played Three Hopes a lot. I don't think I
Yeah, you don't
finished a
need to.
single. I've
Yeah,
gotten
don't bother.
until shortly after the second time skip in the Blue Lions route.
I don't remember there being a second time skip.
It's just a 2 months or something.
No.
So like it's not anything big, but because I
Oh.
don't know what chapter that is. I think it's probably 11.
What was the last thing that happened?
I have no idea, bro. I last played this like a year and a half ago. I feel like.
But yeah, you're not missing much.
Yeah.
The
I
first
figured.
half of Blue Lions, at least in Three Hopes, it's so good. Like, it could have very easily been. But
I mean,
it got bad so
the,
fast.
The only real standout I think was the attack on Aryan Road. I think the fortress is called.
Yeah.
Um.
No, Arin Road is the fortress.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the capital is called. I think. Oh no, the capital city is called Viridian.
Yeah. No, but I meant Aryan Road. Because didn't they in the story capture Aryan Road, then they were lured away by the Empire to somewhere else, and then they came back, and it was under siege by Edelgard and all of the others.
I think so.
Because that's the only thing that I remember from that route. Because that was the only interesting plot point for me. And then like
Viridian
obviously
and the Arin Road are both really good.
yeah. And then obviously the early pre-time skip, that was also pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And the one
I liked
moment,
how-
the rematch between Shez and Bardeth.
Yeah, those were always good. I really liked how in Blue Lion, how whatchamacallit, how Dimitri's problem was handled. I liked that a whole lot more than how it was in Three Houses. Because in Three Houses, he just talks to Byleth and, that snaps him out of it,
Yeah.
which I always thought was stupid. Whereas in Three Hopes, it's, his actual friends that
Yeah.
help him. And I think it's 100 times better.
I think that like in Three Houses, I think that's like one of the very few problems I had with Azure Moon. Because honestly, that storyline is peak.
Yeah, like people like to hate on Three Houses now.
Yeah.
and there
For
is
the right
merit to
reasons,
doing so.
there's a
Yeah,
lot
for
of
the right
problems with
reasons.
it. But I think Azure Moon,
And-
as it stands, is
Yeah.
really
Azure-
good.
Let's move out then.
Yeah, Azure Mood is
I
incredible.
have
Like
some old
my
acquaintances in town to
really
make Adele's
only big
uniform.
complaint
So we
is like what you mentioned, like how Dimitri snapped out of it.
Yeah. But like
Like,
even
other than
then,
that, it was so good.
even then, I think the scene itself is good. It's just lame that this is the one that resolves all of its problems.
Yeah,
Because
And, like,
you would think it's Rodrigue's death.
yeah.
And you
like,
could
I didn't
easily
even
write it
mind
to
the
do that.
scene itself, but I want a scene with Dimitri talking to his friends who are like Felix, Ingrid,
Yeah.
Dedu. But they don't have that at all.
Like to be fair, I don't
Like-
think Dedu would be the one to like really snap him out of it, because Dedu just kind of goes with everything Dimitri does. And
Yeah,
There,
and that was
Ludovic.
like an improvement they
how's
made in Three
business
Hopes.
lately?
In that Dedu like had a pretty heavy role in helping Dimitri.
Mm,
Like he was like, hey, no matter what you do, I'm still going to support you.
Yeah.
But this isn't who you are.
Yeah. And Felix alone definitely isn't enough to stop Dimitri in like the form he's in Three Houses.
Yeah.
But I think like if you have Felix, Ingrid, and Sylvain probably all talking to him at the same time, they could probably get him out of it, especially after Rodrigue's death.
Oh yeah, that would have been a really good scene. Like, dude, Felix in Three Hopes, he was borderline a secondary lord.
Yeah.
And I love that. Like, especially as like Felix being one of my favorite characters. That was incredible. I loved Felix in Three Hopes.
Oh yeah, since we're on the topic of Three Hopes, since I played all of the starting chapters in the demo that were available from all routes, one thing I took massive issues with was the way they handled Edelgard in the Crimson Flower or the Black Eagles route, because she just rushes into the fight, unlike with Three Houses, where she's like calculated and she waits for everything to be in place, and now she has like one lead harmonica and she throws all of it away. Like,
that
what?
was a little funny. Like, oh yes, we got Monica out of this.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
let's go ahead and start war.
Yeah, like I get that they did this so they don't have to do a White Clouds thing again where you have like 12 chapters that are the same in every route. But it's so weird. Like, why?
I mean, they don't even necessarily have to like make you go through it all again. They could just like do like a recap.
Yeah,
like,
they
hey,
could have.
This many months have passed.
I mean, I get that, like, there are some major changes in that beginning, which is why they show it.
Yeah.
But there should have been another reason for her to start the war as early as she did.
Yeah,
because at that point, she almost has more reasons to go for the Agarthans first than the church, and like Rayab would probably help her.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know.
That was the main thing in Three Houses, is that the church had more firepower, and so because of that, she wanted to work with those who lived in the dark instead to get rid of the bigger power, and then she could take care of the smaller power.
Mm.
But I guess in terms of Three Hopes, because of the harmonica situation, Edelgard kind of got onto those who slid on the dark's bad side early. It's like, okay, this
I
kind
guess,
of But I mean, an unstable situation, I need to go ahead and put my plan into action. Like, I acknowledge this isn't ideal circumstances, like in terms of like a war perspective, but there's not much I can do now. I need to go ahead and start.
Yeah, but like, I think it's even worse that like, she talks openly to Hubert before they go into that about like the consequences that like if she goes there now, there's probably no other way. And she's even the weirdest part is like she embraces the possibility to go to war as soon as they do, and that's just odd because that's just not the character we know from Three Houses.
I think she acknowledges the possibility in terms of like, hey, I'm planning a war. There's always a possibility that the church is somehow going to catch wind of this early on.
Yeah. But
so, like, I don't think it's her, like, rushing into war. I think it's just her, like, hey, this is a possibility. I need to be prepared for this.
But I get where you're coming from, but, like, it's obviously not just her preparing for it. It's obviously more. Since, she's still the aggressor. In that case. And, like, I get that, it's highly unlikely that she gets the other nations to go against the church as well. At least to the extent that Edelgard wants to. So I do see why she doesn't attack the Agarthans first. It's just, I don't know, I just don't like the way they handled the beginning of the war there.
Mhm.
But obviously I also haven't played the whole Black Eagles route, so I don't know if that's ever explained afterwards.
Oh, I've only ever played the entire Blue Lions route in 3 hopes.
Yeah.
Because the ending made me too mad to keep going.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's...
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one
I'm always
thing
thrown
keeping
off
me from
guard by
going
these
bankrupt.
accents. You would think I'd be used to it by now, but I'm not.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
Yeah, I've been the
My
boss for
mistake,
quite a few
my
years
mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all. Any of your folks could have come instead.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey,
Always,
that's
like,
not the
you
only
know her
reason I'm
for
here.
so long.
We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point.
Okay, fair.
Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up.
Very well. Please, here while I
Well,
retrieve the uniform for
Hey,
you.
buddy.
You are not sneaky.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to
I
join
guess
the
to be
Spina?
fair, I didn't notice until you started laughing.
She hasn't
No,
given me
he
any
just
concrete
casually
reasons.
walked out of the corner and then just stood there.
After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her. Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for
Bro,
now, let's
how
focus on
does
giving
no
her
one
space
see
and
this
opportunity
guy?
to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older,
What
and
the
can really make
fuck?
that decision for herself.
I mean, come on, Traveler.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Is
She does know,
something
that's
up,
good.
Traveler?
Oh my god.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
Hey.
Saw them too. They headed up.
Stop right there!
Yo, he's going so fast. We can never catch him at this rate. Oh, do I have to catch all of them?
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Yo, Navia
Brothers?
trial?
There's no need to skulk
go.
in the dark anymore. Let's take them out.
Navia gameplay? Navia gameplay? Navia gameplay! Woo!
So,
Gotcha. This one's got your name on it. Haha.
Okay, that was kinda anticlimactic.
Now talk. Who are you, and why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
I mean, that's a lie, but sure.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken.
Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day. Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
To really mess up your day.
You want to mess up your day. It was just one to inconvenience us.
Yeah. That sounds just so petty.
I'm gonna mess up your day by spilling your coffee.
Yeah. Follow us all the way here as much as
You're
this.
pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway.
Yeah, but it's obvious you
Seeing
can't do anything to us, and
really
why were
ticked
you
us
even
off.
following us?
It's
let the
obvious you
drink
weren't
go to
going
our
to do
heads.
much to begin with.
Yeah.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it.
It's also
on,
funny
let's go.
that she says, like, I won't drop charges for the attack, when, like,
Just let them go.
theoretically, we attacked
We
them.
chased after them.
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. And moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either. If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's
You know, this
Spina
guy's
di
been around us
Rosula.
for a while. I don't trust him anymore.
Yes. Plus, we already know that there's.
To be fair, like, he
their financial
told us a
situation
lot
is
about
that
the group
dire,
to
they
begin
don't
with.
have what it
Otherwise,
takes to
we
challenge us. So this may be the
we
best
wouldn't
time to
have
talk.
any
I still
info
think we
on
should
them.
keep an
We
eye
wouldn't
out
even know
for
what they
Romeu's
want.
Spokso. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore. It's getting late already, so why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Yo,
Let's go.
what do you do with a drunken sailor?
Okay, Simon's on board
What do you do with the drunken sailor?
Drunken
in
sailor,
the
what do you
morning?
do with a drunken thing? Alright. It's been fun, but it's time for me to go.
Yeah, I should probably head off as well and study a bit for the exam tomorrow.
You wanna spin whatever wishes you have, or are you gonna keep saving
No,
for
I just wanted to
Amorti?
see. can get 2 from those, 1 here, so that's 8. Yeah.
Alright. Okie dokie. Good quest. I'm glad Navia's voice is still the same. I was concerned about that.
Yeah.
Alright. It's good so far.
Yeah. It's not anything crazy, but
Yeah, it's not amazing by any means, but it's good.
yeah. One more thing. How or what days are you generally free this week? And also, are you away for next week or not?
Let me see. Tomorrow. I feel like I have something for tomorrow, but I don't remember what. I should be free tomorrow. That's maybe. So yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
Next week is Christmas, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday to Tuesday.
Oh wait. Tomorrow I might hang out with my friend.
Alright.
So we'll see how that goes. So it's either tomorrow or Friday for this
Okay.
week.
That works for me.
As for next week, I also don't know because sometime next week I'm supposed to visit my grandpa again. I don't know which day that'll be, so I'll let you know about that. Whatever day that is, any other day, I should be able to stream.
Alright. Yeah, I should mostly be free next week, so works.
Alright, sounds good.
Alright.
Coolio. Good luck with your studying and your exam.
Yeah, thanks.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, it's biology. I always have a good feeling and then it comes out shit. So
Nice.
Who knows?
Alright, you have a good night.
Yep, you too. Bye bye.